Your constant need to be liked, to be desired, to be understood, to be seen is killing your vibe. It is making your life miserable, and you know it. As usual, I'm sick of it, so step to the front, let's fix it. Hi there, if you're new here, my name is Felicity and I help ambitious women who shrink themselves and do not know what they're worth to rise up and live their dream selves. So if that is something you're into, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get into the video. I was thinking quite recently about the concept of the modern woman being a nuisance. I've seen this every single place on the internet. It is a movement that I believe every single woman should join. Being a nuisance, according to me, is doing absolutely anything that is outside of the ordinary. I find it quite interesting that even if times have changed, women are still held back by the same shackles that were existing before. You have refused to evolve, and I want to tell you that according to Darwin's theory of evolution, if you refuse to evolve, this is a survival of the fittest. You will not make it out alive. I summarized the way to become a nuisance as a woman into 5 key points. These I have gotten from my own personal experience. If there is one comment that I have gotten throughout the entirety of my life, it is, who does this girl think she is? And you know, my response is that I am all that. The 5 ways in which I have lived to ensure that I am a nuisance are the following. First is saying no without any explanation. You need to learn how to say no. At a certain point in your life, you'll have to welcome the fact that you do not exist on this earth to be in agreement with absolutely every single person. You will have dissenting opinions. You will have indifferent opinions that are still worthy of being raised. Women have been raised to comply to whatever has been given unto them, to appreciate the little that they are given and not ask for more. They have been upheld and even worshipped for sacrificing themselves on the altar of other people. I believe that that type of living is what has led to women living miserable lives. And the only way to free yourself from that is to learn how to say no often. I'm going to show you how. Hi, do you think that you could find time to do my homework today? No. Hi, do you think that you could forgive me for every single time that I have cheated on you, because I will not stop cheating, but I just want your forgiveness because I'm worthy of forgiveness without changing? You guess the answer. No. Every single time that you tell other people no, you reaffirm to your mind that your thinking process, your thought patterns, and even your contemplation process is worthy of being respected. And every single time that you say yes, when you actually mean no, you subconsciously train yourself not to trust your own thinking, your own thought process. Disgusting. You think that if you say yes, if you become more malleable to other people, that they will love you. That is not what will happen. What will happen is that they will now see that you are a doormat and they will treat you as so. They will see that those things that you want are not worthy of being gotten by you. They will see that your needs and wants come after theirs, so they will never respect you. And they will see that you have no consequences for those who do not follow through, so they will misbehave. It is your job at the end of the day to come correct and draw the line which people are not supposed to pass in your life. That is the only way you can take control of your life and live a happy life, by being a nuisance. Step number 2, learn how to reject low vibe behavior. Growing up, I always had, especially if you grew up in an African home, I always had the concept of appreciate that the little that people do to you. Learn to look at the glass when it's half full, not that it is half empty. And as a person who genuinely believes that there is no person on this planet more positive than me, I can tell you that the average person does not offer a half full glass. What they offer is a 3/4 empty glass, and what the world wants you to do is to call that one quarter to be enough and to treat them as enough. Learning how to reject low vibe behavior is the way that you will be able to attract high quality individuals into your life. If you're a person who is struggling with horrible men, horrible friendships, every girl is betraying you, you're the one who every boy wants to cheat on, it is because the world wants you to learn how to say no to low vibe behavior. Someone comes with low vibe behavior. It is not an opportunity for you to say, why me, why me? It is an opportunity for you to show up and show why not you. Why it should not be you that they're messing up with. Why it should not be you that they're coming like that. You know, that they should check themselves before they knock on your door. I'll give you a very practical example. 2 years back, that is in 2024, I was having my birthday, of course, at the beginning of the year. I'm a Capricorn. And as usual, you're expecting your friends to come correct. You're expecting them to appreciate you, to love on you, to give you gifts. And I had this one friend of mine who I had at the time considered to be my best friend. And I remember on that day, she acted like it did not exist. And I remember my immediate thought process, because I had not learned how to become a nuisance, was, did I do something wrong? Should I remind her that it's my birthday? And I remember that we've been with each other every single year. I always come correct on her birthday. Am I going to excuse this low vibe behavior? Guess what I did? I said no, and I cut her off. And if you want to fight me in the comments, go and fight in the comments. Guess what? It changes nothing. Long story short, me and this friend did come back together after a long period of time. But I remember telling her that there are certain low vibe behaviors that I will not allow come close to me. I will not. You have low vibe behavior people showing up into your life. That is why you're living a low quality life. You need to show people that if they want your energy, your space, and your time, they need to come correct. And you do that by denying access to your energy and your time. So that is exactly what I did. I pulled myself back. I said, I do not want to participate in this friendship because it falls short of the standard that I have. My birthday is once a year. Some of you, your friends, they just post you. That's low vibe behavior. Unless you're also doing that, you're a low vibe behavior person, check yourself. At the end of the day, you'll have to come to a point where you realize it's okay for me to want more, and I want more. At that point, you'll need to start rejecting low vibe behavior. That man of yours thinks that, oh, just because he's mad, he can start screaming at you. He can start calling you names. He can raise his... I don't want to go there. You need to train them how to act here. And you do that, as I said, by removing yourself from the situation. That love, that overgiving, that constant giving of your energy, I just need to give him more love. I just need to consider him a little more. I just need to stay a little longer, be patient with him. Are you Jesus? You have an identity crisis. Check on that. Point number 3 on how to become a nuisance. You have to learn how to blow your own horn or trumpet, whichever rocks your world. I find it also quite interesting that women have been taught how to be very humble. So if you get a big achievement, you're not supposed to no, don't go off celebrating. Be humble, celebrate with yourself. Don't buy a cake, just keep it inside. Why? So when everybody is celebrating their achievement, they should show off. But when it's time for you, you should not. You have worked tirelessly to get that achievement. You have started from nowhere. Some of you started posting content years ago. You hit that 10K, they tell you, no, it's not worthy of, and that's the truth. You don't think you're worthy of being celebrated. That's why you don't celebrate your achievement. The type of audacity you would need to have to put yourself out there and celebrate yourself for the achievements you have is a type of audacity that is lacking, and that is the reason you're living a miserable life. Do you know that the ordinary in our lives, like the ordinary things, going to work, coming back home, cooking dinner, eating dinner, those things make up 90% of our lives. So we only have 10% of highs, which we are not also supposed to celebrate. That's why you're in misery. Those people who don't want you to celebrate your achievements are people who are not okay with it. They are triggered by your achievement. It is a reflection of the things that they have not achieved. Low vibe behavior review number 2. What you need to do is to realize that the 10% of life that the Lord is giving you, He's not giving for you to just exist like that. That is why some of you are not being blessed. Every single time He gives you something, He gives you a lamp you're putting under the bed. You're supposed to post your achievements. You're supposed to celebrate yourself. You're supposed to buy that cake. You're supposed to make it a big deal. And anybody who cannot swallow it, remove it from their mouth. Go and find someone else. Anybody who cannot stomach you being celebrated is a person who doesn't think you're worthy of being celebrated. And it is a projection from them. I used to post a lot on my WhatsApp, and I remember someone commenting like, oh, your life is just a highlight reel. Should I post crying with mucus? That is what I should post, so that you can feel better about your life. No, I'm not gonna do that. And I remember I was thinking to myself, and I said, I post amazing things that happen to me because my life is amazing. I'm sorry, if you can't stomach it, there's usually a block. There's a block option somewhere. Explore that. Block me. Yeah, or be happy with me. And in fact, you should celebrate yourself. You should post your achievements so that you can clock those people with low vibe behavior. Those people who want you to play small so they feel better about themselves. The 4th thing that you're supposed to do is to take up space authentically. If you're anything like me and you grew up having been put in a certain box, for me, I was a golden child. Didn't do most of mistakes, did perfectly academically. I still do. And I was a high achiever. There were some things that I did not do. I did not do anything that was outside the ordinary. A very good example is posting content. Nobody in my family posts content. I don't even think they watch content. Yeah. For me, I always knew that I wanted to take up space in the content world. I always wanted to inspire women to want more for themselves, to live more boldly and authentically. But I could not do that because it was outside of the box that I had been put in by society. I understand that the people who put you in that box wanted to keep you safe. But safe does not guarantee a fulfilled life. You cannot have your cake and eat it. If you want to live a happy and fulfilled life, you will have to learn how to take up space authentically. That need to shrink is killing your vibe. You're giving plastic. There's no authenticity in you. Are boring because you want to show up like someone else. You can only be you, and you will be a nuisance to someone, and that's okay. That's what I want you to become. As long as to the entire world you're a nuisance, but you're authentic to you, then I put it to you that yes, you are living a happy and fulfilled life. But as long as every other person sees you as predictable, sees you as okay, but internally you're living a miserable life, what's the end of the equation? Misery. Exactly. If you're 50 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, when you're on your deathbed, do you honestly think you're going to regret having lived authentically? After all, living a fake life means that even the people who are attracted to you are only attracted to your performance. They do not see you for who you are. I've lived that type of life where I was a perfect person. It reached a point when I started craving a deeper connection with people, and so I started showing my imperfections. I kid you not, those fake people who are attracted to my fakeness, the colors I saw, the things I went through, because they did not know how to meet my authenticity. It was something I had never shown. So you're being fake, you're expecting to be met by real. Did you drop math? Check yourself. The last thing that you have to embrace in order to become a nuisance is you must learn the art of detachment. In simpler terms, you must let them. You let them perceive you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them be angry. Let them leave. Let them not like you. If he does not like you, you don't die. You live not being liked by one person. And because of that one person not liking you, you want to now declare your life to be miserable. For the rest of your life, I will be miserable. So many of us always want to be understood. And I personally had not learned this until this year when I was heading a huge university election. And I remember the systems went down on the day of the election. And there was this one specific thing that they just kept hitting the nail on the head, and they kept saying, oh, she's so incompetent, how could she do this, elections have been run in this school all over and the system has never gone down. At this point, you already realize that it was beyond my control. I could not control it. But I felt so bad because I'm a person who is extremely hardworking. Everything I have gotten, I have worked hard for. I have always gone outside of my comfort zone to be able to attain the things that I want. So to hear someone call me incompetent, it really, it made me do like this. I had to learn the art of detachment. You have to let people blame you. You know why? Because that's their energy they're using on you. When you don't let them, you're seeking to control external factors that have nothing to do with you. People will always form theories about you, and they form them from projections of themselves. Think about this. If you have a fruit, you have a mango fruit. If you squeeze that mango fruit, what's going to come out is mango juice. If you find a miserable person and you squeeze out of them, what will you find? Misery. If people are projecting horrible emotions towards you, it's because there's an abundance of that bad emotion within them. When you refuse to let them, you take it up, you take it up, you take it up and seek to control. What you're supposed to do is just let them. Accept that people are forming theories constantly. Someone on this internet said that you could lie flat on the ground and people will still tell you, you're not flat enough, you're not flat enough. You cannot control other people's perceptions because you're not in their head. In fact, what I usually tell myself is I genuinely can't understand why they would do this because I'm not a miserable person. I do not have any misery to give to the world. I only have good things to give, so I don't understand. Don't ever seek to understand. Just let them. Allow people to walk out of your life. That constant trying to hold on to people, hold on to people, hold on to people is denying you the opportunity to meet better people. Let them go. And that is exactly how you become a nuisance. If you follow those 5 points, I know for sure, you're going to not only become a nuisance, you're going to live a happy and fulfilled life. And if you're someone who's trying to reinvent themselves and you don't know where to start, I know exactly how it feels. I started my reinvention journey in 2020. That's 6 years ago. And I felt stuck. I did not know what to do with myself. I did not know where to start and which tools to use. It was such a horrible trial and error process. But I have decided that that should not be your portion because I have created a free, get this, free ultimate guide to reinvention. And this is not a guide that is going to guide you through 365 days of change. No, I can help you reinvent your life today using this tool. Go down to the link in my description. I have linked it down below. That has been my time. Bye.